According to a massive new report from The Guardian, it looks like Trump Media and Technology Group, as of late this past year, has been under investigation for potentially being involved in a Russian money laundering scheme. Yes, all roads with Trump apparently lead back to Russia. And this investigation is centered on two loans totaling $8 million that Trump Media and Technology received back in, I think, December 2021, when the company was basically broke and in danger of shutting down. So here's what happened. At the time, like I said, they needed money. The merger with Digital World Acquisition was recently announced at the time, and they still needed the money because the merger was going to take almost a year to finalize. They had to be able to keep operating in the meantime, so they were able to secure two loans that came from a bank in the Caribbean. Except when the investigators in New York at the Securities and Exchange Commission, who, by the way, did tell The Guardian that this is officially a criminal investigation, which is the first time that word has been used, criminal, they looked into these two loans from two separate banks, and they determined that they were connected to, centers on a part owner of the bank, an individual named Anton Postolnikov. That sounds more right. Who appears to be a relation of Putin ally Alexander Smirnov. So, it's a Putin ally's relative that owns the bank that funneled the loan to Trump Media and Technology. Now, here's the problem with proving a money laundering case under New York state law. You would basically have to prove that the entity that accepted the money that was from ill-gotten gains knew that the money they had received was not legit. So that's difficult, right? It's not like you've got people employed at Trump Media and Technology who raised concerns about where the money came from and said maybe we should give it back, right? Oh no, I'm sorry. The Guardian says that's exactly what happened. So the one criteria that prosecutors would have to meet in order to charge them with money laundering appears to have been met, at least based on the evidence I can see here. Here it is. The obscure origins of the 8 million loans caused alarm at Trump Media, and in the spring of 2022, Trump Media's then chief financial officer, Philip Wuhan, weighed returning the money. But the money was never returned, in part because losing $8 million out of the roughly $12 million in cash that Trump Media had in its accounts at the time would have placed significant stress on its financial situation. So you've got a guy who's no longer the chief financial officer at Trump Media, hey, get out of here, we don't want you, because you want us to give back $8 million. Who cares where it came from? We need it. Okay, but they only have to meet one standard to prove criminal money laundering, and it seems like this man, Philip Wuhan, kind of seems like he's the guy that could testify and say, oh yeah, we knew something was up with the money. We knew we shouldn't have taken it. I wanted to give it back. I asked them to give it back. There's records of me saying we need to give it back, but we didn't give it back. Yeah, that doesn't seem good for Trump Media and Technology. Certainly doesn't seem good for the pending merger with Digital World Acquisition that's going to pay over $1 billion for Trump Media and Technology. You really want to buy a company that might go down and be dissolved for money laundering Russian money? Sometimes the headlines just write themselves, don't they? It's always about Russia with Donald Trump, isn't it? And he always like, oh, the Russia. Dude, you're neck deep with the Russians. Can we just admit that? 2016 election aside, if you get popped for laundering Russian money, you're never going to be able to escape the shadow of 2016, bud. And it's only going to make everything that did happen in 2016 seem a lot more likely. In case you can't tell, I'm loving this story. Absolutely 100% loving this story. Not because it's another criminal investigation into Donald Trump, who, by the way, was the chief of the company when this happened, so he would go down for it. What I love about it is the fact that everything Donald Trump touches turns to excrement. Like, just immediately, boom, criminal activity. Like, Trump Media and Technology has existed for less than 2 years, and it's already facing at least one criminal investigation. I guess technically 2, because you would separate the money laundering from the potential collusion with Digital World prior to, which is the original thing y'all were investigated for to begin with. So a lot of problems in a less than 2-year-old company, and Trump and his son Trump Jr. have been at the steering wheel for this entire time. According to the report, Trump Jr. is the guy that signed off on the loans. So he could also be implicated in this scandal. Again, high bars to, hurdle here. You got to prove a lot of stuff, but based on what this report says, it's probably not going to be that hard to prove any of this. And that spells trouble for Donald Trump. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.